it is advisable rather not to wear undies. You can just wear something that is free and let that area, for God's sake, let it breathe. It's not there is no offense that your vagina has committed. Some people will always lock it up, lock it up, lock it up. You are welcome to my channel, and my name is Odour. Today I'll be talking to you about what your vagina should smell like. Now, especially in Nigeria, we females try to do a lot of things to address the issue of vaginal odor. Some even come out on social media to say, oh, my husband or boyfriend is complaining about how I smell down there. While sometimes it is just these people selling I don't know what they sell, maybe vagina sweeteners or something. They sell this mix of vagina smells, like strawberry, get rid of vagina odor and all that, and this has become rampant. Females are now prone to buying chemicals to wash their under. Some use, maybe they'll tell you it's organic and then it is harmless, you can use it. The vagina is not expected to smell like roses. It's not expected to smell like fruits or vanilla or something. The vagina has its own peculiar odor, and this odor is based on what is found in the vagina. Now, the vagina is actually the way leading to your cervix. The opening of your vagina, which we actually call vagina, is actually the vulva, which is what, if you wear your panties, where your panties would touch outside your body, that's your vulva. And your vulva can be washed. You don't need to wash it with maybe detergent, maybe antibacterial or whatever. Just wash it with water. Ensure you wash it thoroughly, especially after going to pee. It eliminates any form of odor. Aside that, you don't need to do anything to your vagina. Your vagina cleanses itself. Once you are seeing vaginal discharge, it shows that your vagina is cleansing itself. That's how the vagina cleanses itself. And then you watch the discharge of your panties, or when you are bathing, you wash anything that is outside of, and that will be all. Today I'll be talking about the normal vaginal smell and abnormal vaginal smell. There are some microorganisms that live in the human body. They live on the skin. For the one on the skin, it is called Staphylococcus aureus. We have the one in the guts that helps you to digest food. There are some that live naturally in your mouth. You cannot eliminate them. And then there are some, just two, that live naturally in your vagina. They are called lactobacilli and yeast. Now, these two, they cohabit. They have their proportion. The lactobacilli not outgrowing the yeast not outgrowing the bacilli. They keep the pH of your vagina. Now, the pH of your vagina is between 3.5 to 4.5. If you understand pH, you know that that is acidic, and that is the normal pH of the vagina. And that is why when you wear your panties over a period of time, you notice some discoloration. It's because your vaginal discharge, that area is acidic and it can interact with the chemical or whatsoever that is on your clothes and make it and give it that discoloration that you see. Whenever there's a disrupt in the number of lactobacilli is actually a bacteria. The number of lactobacilli and yeast, then you would have some form of discomfort. The smell in your vagina can actually change. Also, when it is not just the vagina, in any part of the body, once the Staphylococcus aureus in your skin outgrows the normal load that you should have on your skin, then you start having skin issues. Also, if the bacteria, all these normal flora, whatever we call them, find their way into some organs of the body where bacteria should not be, like your brain, your bloodstream, the heart, and some other parts of the body, then you will have serious medical issues. So that is just what happens in your vagina. And some people start to shout, "Oh wow, wow, I'm smelling, I don't know." And the smell varies from time to time, varies from the activity that you do. For instance, if you have sex, the smell of your vagina for a period of time might be different. Some people come and then they shout, "Oh, I've seen," not shout, sorry, seen or met women who complain that after having sex with their husband, the odor they get, especially maybe after some time, is very, very pungent and bad. It is not expected to be so. Even after sex, because the semen also has its own odor, and the odor of semen is not bad like that. So has its own odor. When it gets into the vagina, there might be interaction. It might distort the way your vagina smells, but it should not smell so bad. Someone once said it smells like spoiled beans, and I was like, really? It is either there's an infection, or sometimes what your man eats reflects in their semen, and then it could have a very strong odor. Now, going forward to what your normal vaginal odor is. There are two normal vaginal odors that when you have it, there is really no reason for you to panic. Number one is the acidic tannin smell. Now, remember I said the pH of the vagina is between 3.5 to 4.5. Because of this, that is acid. So normally your vaginal discharge would smell, or your vulvar area would smell kind of acidic and metallic sometimes. That is the normal odor. And funny enough, some men find this odor as a major turn on for them, because it just sends, it sends signals to their brain and all that. So this odor is mild and it is non-pungent. Another odor that is normal for you to smell or perceive as a female is a coppery metallic smell. This coppery metallic smell usually occur when you are close to the end of your period, maybe you are rounding off your period and all that, because the blood contains iron, contains melter, it smells metallic. And because you still have dry bloods in your vagina that are yet to come out or that are coming out, it gives your discharge that odor. And sometimes you will notice that at this particular time your discharge is kind of brown. Yeah, it's brownish, because this is a mixture of your cervical mucus and dead, as in, sorry, dry blood that is still within your vaginal wall. That is why you get that smell, and that is when around the time you are likely to have a brown discharge. Now, moving on to odors that are abnormal. Whenever there is a deviation from this normal smell, then something is wrong. Now, what is wrong is not for you to panic. It could be due to so many things. It could be due to poor hygiene. It could be due to infection sometimes, and not all infections are sexually transmitted. It could be due to sexually transmitted infection also, and then it could be due to probably a disrupt of the pH of your vagina. That is, when the pH of your vagina is disrupted, it is either it kills more of the bacteria that is there and allows the yeast to grow, or it kills more of the yeast and allows the bacteria to grow. Now, if any of these outgrows each other, you start to perceive a different smell. And there are so many things that can disrupt the pH of your vagina. What are these abnormal smell? Number one is earthy or sweaty smell, such that when you see it, you can perceive as if something like body odor, you understand, but it's not coming from your armpit, it's just coming from down there. So that smell is caused, excuse me, that smell is caused by sweat. Yes. When you sweat around your groin, you kind of start perceiving that smell. Now, sweat on its own does not have any kind of odor. Sweat does not smell. But because you have bacteria on your skin, when the sweat comes out on your skin and then interacts with the bacteria uses your sweat, you know, they feast on it and then they start producing their own waste products. So it is that waste products mixed with the smell and with the sweat and all that smells. So when you see that, and that happens also when probably you have exercised or you're wearing a silky on this, or you have been on gym. For most ladies, they do that. They could wear gym 24 hours or so, or especially when they in humid weather condition, it is not advisable. Once you perceive that smell, there's nothing to worry about. Just take out your clothing, take a good shower, wash your groin area. You can wash your groin area and all with soap, but don't wash your vulva with soap. You can wash it with soap, take a proper shower, and it will get rid of it. And after taking the shower, don't go back to wear the undies or the cloth you have just removed. Take those, drop in the washing machine, and that will solve it. And ensure that you wear cotton panties when you go to bed. It is advisable, no, it is advisable rather not to wear on this. Can just wear something that is free and let that area, for God's sake, let it breathe. It's not, there is no offense that your vagina has committed. Some people will always lock it up, lock it up, lock it up. Even they themselves, you ask them that when it was the last time they saw their pubic area, maybe once in a day when they are beating and all. So it is actually not a very good habit. So that calls for lifestyle changes. Ensure you wear cotton panties and wear something that is free. If you are going to wear anything that is tight, don't wear it for too long. Another kind of smell that you perceive is a yeasty or fermented smell, something that smells like something is fermenting. When you remove your panties, you can perceive it. This is caused by overgrowth of yeast in the vagina. When you disrupt your pH, you kill the lactobacilli, and the yeast is growing more than the lactobacilli. You start to perceive this. Now, this odor is accompanied by a very discomforting um, vaginal discharge. You will notice that this vaginal discharge is either white or creamy. It is thick. It could look like cottage cheese, and then sometimes it could come with itching. And when this itching comes, it's very, 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 very uncomfortable, and it's actually very common. Yeast infection is very common. Every woman would have it at least once in a lifetime. Most women will have it at least once in a lifetime. So it is nothing to worry about. You either speak to your doctor or you go. There are over-the-counter medications that you can use that will help you solve this. But if you have tried over-the-counter medication, well, if you had the cancer medication and it's not working, please see your doctor. If you have tried over the cancer medication, it worked rather, and maybe in another 1 month or so, you have another yeast infection, or you are getting frequent, I think that's just what, if you are having frequent yeast infection called candida, some call it thrush, it's the same thing. If you are having it frequently, please go and see your doctor. There are other underlying medical conditions that could make you prone to having a yeast infection frequently. Another one is a fishy smell. Yes, fishy smell. When ladies complain and say, "Oh, my panties, anytime I remove it, there's a fishy smell," and that smell becomes very, very strong after sex. When after sex, the whole room is just smelling like somebody like somebody brought in a carton of frozen fish. You know that kind of smell. It's very irritating. It's a strong, pungent smell. Now, this smell is caused by the overgrowth of lactobacilli. You know, I said candida is overgrowth of yeast. This one is overgrowth of lactobacilli. If there's anything you have done to disrupt the pH of your vagina that reduces the yeast, the load of yeast in your vagina, then the lactobacilli overgrows the yeast. Once you have this, it is called bacterial vaginosis. Now, bacterial vaginosis is not a sexually transmitted infection, but it is sexually associated. That is, you are prone to have vaginal bacterial vaginosis if you are sexually active. Although you cannot transmit it from one person to another, like if your spouse or partner have sex with you can't transfer bacterial vaginosis to you. He can transfer it to you and they can take it to other people. So, but you having sex can make you prone to having bacterial vaginosis. Another thing that gives that fishy smell is the introduction of a parasite called trichomonas into the vagina. Now, this is a sexually transmitted infection because trichomonas, like you already know, is not a normal flora of the vagina. That is, it doesn't live naturally in the vagina like we have the lactobacilli and the yeast. So this one has to be introduced by an outsider or something from outside, and this is majorly from the body of a man to a woman. A man can also pick this from the body of a female partner, a female sexual partner, to himself and then transfer it to another woman. Most men don't even show symptoms of this. You would not this. Some don't even know. Is this infection is called Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas vaginalis can be differentiated from bacterial vaginosis based on the kind of discharge that accompanies it. Another form of odor that you should know is this offensive rotting odor. This is the odor that accompanies poor hygiene. When you wear your panties for too long or you leave your pad or tampon in for a long period of time, probably because you are thinking that your period is almost over, and then, or not thinking your period is actually almost over, and you can use a pad for 24 hours and it's not, and then you decided to keep the pad in for 24 hours because you know that of course I won't stay in for the next 24 hours or 12 hours, and then you wear it for that long. It starts to give you that smell. When you remove the pad, your vagina starts to give offensive odor, especially when you leave a tampon in and then you forget the tampon. The odor becomes something else. Yes, people forget tampon in their vagina for various reasons. Normal period of time for you to wear a pad or tampon is maximum of 8 hours. You take it off, you remove. If you can go below 8 hours, fine and great, but you should not exceed 8 hours. Bleachy, ammonia odor smells like ammonia. If you don't know how ammonia smells, urine, the way your urine smells is how ammonia smells. Some people, their vagina actually smell like that. Yes. Now, the reason why vagina smells like that is because when you go to the restroom to pee, you don't clean up. If you don't clean up very well and then you wear your panties and then God help you, you sweat on the panties, my dear, even you yourself, you'll be able to perceive the odor and it will be so disturbing. It is so bad. And then some people have this odor also because they have UTI. UTI comes with frequent urination, and then some have urine inconsistency because of bladder issues. These things also give this ammonia odor. So the best thing to do is whenever you go to pee, ensure that you wipe and clean properly. As a matter of fact, you can perceive your vagina 2 feet away. Just as if I'm sitting the way I'm sitting like this, if I bring my head down, if my vagina smells, I'll be able to perceive it. Another way you can perceive if the kind of odor that comes from my vagina is when you remove your panties and then you put it close to your nose. You will also be able to perceive the odor. Now, this ammonia smell, because ammonia is strong, if you can perceive this ammonia smell, just know that somebody that is about maybe 3 feet away from you can perceive it even stronger than you do because of diffusion. breeze just blows it to the person, the hair picks it around, and the person can perceive it. Yes. So if you have ever smelled ammonia or maybe urine in your panties before you take it off, just know that about 2 or 3 people has also perceived that odor on you. So please, ladies, always ensure that you clean very well whenever you go to pee. And for those who have, if you clean very well after you go to pee and you still discover that this odor keeps coming, keeps coming, keeps coming, please see a doctor. If your vaginal smell is non-pungent, that is not like it's strong or if it is non-pungent, it is not accompanied by itching or a burning sensation, if it is not accompanied by constant dry vagina, and your vaginal discharge is normal, then you don't have to worry about your vaginal smell. Thank you very much for watching this video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, like, and share this very educative content. See you next time. Bye bye.